Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to Against the Public for June 13th. I'm Dana Lane. Today we're going to go through my top 3 Major League Baseball free plays for Thursday, and then we'll wrap it up with an incredible trend involving umpires. After the show, please go to Pickdawgz.com where I'll have my premium Major League Baseball card locked and loaded on the website, and I will also have side and total in tomorrow night's or tonight's Stanley Cup final, depending on when you're watching this video. You can jump on a single play, or I will also have a Major League Baseball 3-pack. Again, guys, $49.99. Every play, every single game, and every 3-pack is guaranteed by our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. Also, in addition, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's become an all-access member. And you can do that for the next 30 days for just $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, guys, jump on that annual all-access pass where you get every one of my plays all the way through to this time next year for just $3.56 a day. Thank you so much to everybody that has so far. Been a pretty good June. We're going to make it a great summer as we slide into preseason football in less than 7 weeks away. I mean, it's nuts. I can't wait for preseason football. I think one of the reasons we bet on preseason football more than any other preseason, obviously because it's football, but also because we have been watching a lot of baseball. I just want my eyes to look at something different. A lot of WNBA too, but I just want my eyes to look at something different, and we can't wait for football. Anyway, guys, all access members and NBA members, 56% winners over the last 30 days. Also, another 50% documented winners over the last 90 days. So make sure you get involved with those single-side and total plays in the NBA Finals. Maybe that's only going to last one more game, but thank you to everybody. So far, it's been a great year. And of course, NHL, guys, doesn't matter where the money comes from as long as it does. 68% winners over the last 30 days. That makes me the #1 handicapper in that span with at least 20 plays. So make sure you get involved in tomorrow's side and total between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. Let's roll those sleeves up. Let's get to work. Get to Pickdawgz.com. Okay, on to your free plays for Thursday. Remember, these pitchers are probables, so please confirm as quickly as possible and make sure that you're getting the starting pitching that we talked about, if that matters to you. 1:05 Eastern Time, 961, 962. Atlanta Braves against the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles minus $1.15, 9 under minus 6. Reynaldo Lopez against Cole Irvin. Early public wagering, that just changed. Early public wagering is coming in on the Orioles, 91% of the money, and the over, 62% of the money, about 800 tickets that are monitored right now. So just a small sample size. We are seeing some professional money coming in on Baltimore and the over as well to match the public bets, the public betting ticket percentages, which are also on both the Orioles and the over. Atlanta's 5 games over 500, but we know they are nowhere near the team that we thought they would be this season. A lot of injuries, of course, and they're not that offense that strikes fear into the opposition. They've lost 5 straight games, scored just 2 runs in their first 2 games of this series. 2 runs combined, not 2 runs in each, 2 runs combined. And Reynaldo Lopez, however, has been an absolute shining light for the Braves this season. He only has a 3-2 record, but a 1.85 ERA, 11 starts, so we got real good sample size with him. Only once this season has Lopez allowed more than 2 earned runs in the start, and he's likely going to be on the National League All-Star team, which is great. I think that it's his first All-Star game. Irvin is 6-2, 2.87 ERA, 4 earned runs allowed in his last 17 innings. That's a 2.12 ERA, which means we're getting another starting pitcher that's pointed in the right direction. We're going to go under 9 minus $1.05. Game number 2, 1:10 Eastern Time, 963, 964. Washington Nationals against the Detroit Tigers. Tigers minus $1.42, 9 under minus 15. Patrick Corbin against Casey Mize. 94% of the money's on the Tigers so far and the over. So you might want to get on this as quickly as possible. possible, because if that number continues to climb, there is a point where we're going to say, yeah, that's not good for my bankroll. But minus $1.40, considering it's a free pick, it wouldn't be on my premium list, but certainly a game that I like. Just FYI too, when you're placing this wager, maybe if you're looking at the total, this is significant. Wind will maybe be a factor in this. 16.5 mile per hour winds are expected. They're going to blow from right to left, so do with that information as you will. Casey Mize should be plenty rested after lasting just an average of 4 2/3 innings over his last 5 starts. In that span, Mize has allowed 16 earned runs in 21 1/3 inning. That equates to a 6.75 ERA. He will face the major's second most profitable team against the money line, and that's the Washington Nationals. 22.88 units won this season, second only to the Baltimore Orioles. So the question is, why are the Tigers this massive favorite? Well, it's because of Patrick Corbin. It's been an absolute mess over his last 4 starts, allowed 19 earned runs and 23 1/3 innings, 7.33 ERA in that span. And really, this is not just a this year thing. His 1-7 mark is. It's been going on for years, and we remember back in 2019, he had a fantastic year. He's 14-7. He's made the All-Star team, I think, in 2018. On his way to being one of those pitchers you were going to have a problem with if you were facing him. But just 20 since 2019, or after 2019 season, he's 28-64. Still gets a job, still allowed to get out on the mound, but he's working on 3 straight seasons with at least 15 losses, and he's on his way again this year. We're going to take Detroit minus $1.40. Then game number 3, 6:50 Eastern Time, 9:65, 9:66. Chicago Cubs minus $1.15, 7.5 over minus 15 versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Justin Steele, again, Taj Bradley. The public is a little bit more divided on this one. We see 57% of the money coming in on Tampa Bay, but 95% of the money so far on the over. And that's more about a few wagers rather than this massive amount of support for the over. It's probably just a few wagers, which is why we're up in that 95 range. If you have one of those websites that will tell you like percentage of bets, and you got to make sure you get a good one. The paid services for me are the best ones, but if you get like a team that's 98, 99%, and it's hours before game time, don't think. Look, the public is jumping all in on one side. That just means there's probably not a lot of betting on that game. So that's why the percentages are so high. Justin Steele, ERA's dropped after a scoring change against the Reds, but that did keep his 3-game streak of allowing less than 2 earned runs intact. In that span, Steele has allowed thrown 19 innings, and he's allowed just 2 earned runs and 15 hits. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good run there. He's allowed just 8 walks in his last 5 games, and 4 of those came against the Reds. So a little bit bad outing as far as control, but the rest of the time he's been fantastic. Last 4 starts, Bradley has received just 9 runs of support. We are taking a chance because I think Bradley has some ugly starts in him, but this total tells me that the under is the side here. We're going to take under 7.5 minus $1.05. And before we close the show, here's your handicapping tip for Thursday, and it's an absolute doozy. I stumbled on this after writing a column for a few websites that I work for, and what they wanted was a column based upon umpires and how it affected betting. And I'm like, fine, I have all those numbers, so let's go ahead and do that. I had no idea what I was going to find. I started out with the normal numbers, and then I got into which teams did the best with which umpires, and then I kind of went a little bit deeper. But I kind of used my filter, and I said, well, I've had guys say to me, well, what if I add a team? I know your rule is like $1.50, $1.45, $1.50, but what if I have a parlay, which do not bet parlays, guys. It's a massive moneymaker for the house, but everybody does it. What if you have one and you're looking to add another team? And a lot of times you'll say, well, I'm looking to win, to make a sure winner, because you have to win all these games to win your parlay, obviously. So I said, well, when the line is minus $1.50 or more, which umpires are more friendly towards those teams that are a large favorite? What I found was amazing. First, minus $1.50 favorites this year are 354 and 194. That's a 646 win percentage, guys. That's massive, but not good enough to turn a profit. Minus 1.73 units based upon a 1-unit wager. Then I went to work on the umpires, and this is what I found. There are 18 umpires, and I will list them all in the YouTube page when the video pops up. But there are 18 umpires who were behind home plate when the team was minus $1.50 or more. These specific 18 that we're talking about. That totaled 57 games, and I threw out the umpires that were 1-0. So at least 2 games. So 57 times an umpire was behind home plate with a team that was involved in a game minus $1.50 or more. Would you know that in all 57 games, the team favored minus $1.50 or more won? Not 90%, not 80%, all 57 times. Now, I wanted to say, okay, well, let's play with the numbers some, because this is significant. And I think so much, guys, that we forget about umpires. Do we not? Why do we forget about them? They control the game. Maybe there's a reason why umpire stats are not out there as prevalent as slugging and on-base percentage and average. And maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I'm just saying. This seems amazing. So I played with the numbers a little bit. And I said, okay, well, let's bring it down to minus $1.45. That gives us even more plays. That record, when it popped up after minus $1.45 and up with these 18 umpires, 62-2 plus 33.92 units, minus 140 and up, 64-4 this season, 33.34 units. So let's take that last number, break it down some more. Home favorites minus $1.40 or more with these 18 umpires are 48-2 this year. 48-2, guys. This is not pulling numbers out of thin air. These are actual factual numbers that we never think about. So, which team benefits the most from this? Well, Philadelphia Phillies are 7-1. We had to include them because they're number one with the money line, with the profit. 7-1 as a $1.40 favorite or more, followed by 14 other teams with a combined record of 51-2 when these 18 umpires are involved. One team, and one team is a $1.50 or favorite more, and it's, or let me say that again. 51-2 mark when one of those umpires are behind home plate, and one team at a minus, and when you bump it up to minus $1.50, it's 37-1 at home. I'll say that again. 51-2 when one of those umpires are behind home plate at minus $1.40, and 37-1 at home when one of those teams is minus $1.50 or more. I mean, guys, take from that what you will. It's incredible numbers that I absolutely just stumbled on. And again, I'll list all the 18 umpires on the YouTube page. It's absolutely phenomenal. So take from that what you will. Now, I will say this. You know how I like to go back in history. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And maybe we've already missed the boat. I don't know. If you go back in history with these 18 umpires, and of course some of them knock off because they haven't been there that long, you're not getting the numbers you're getting this year in 2024, but you're getting pretty significant numbers. But it is spotty with those specific umpires turning a profit. But with this specific group of these 18 umpires, the numbers are incredible off the page. So take from that what you will. If there's anything you'd like me to research, drop me a comment on the YouTube channel. I'll get to it. I'll get right on it if I have the numbers. You know I will. I love going through this stuff. So that does it for your Thursday free plays. And massive tip, go to pickdawgz.com, get involved with one of my many available packages, including my all-access pass that gives you every game that I release for one low price. Here's your Thursday recap. Atlanta, Baltimore, under 9, minus $1.05. Detroit, minus $1.40. And Chicago, Tampa Bay, that's the Cubs, by the way. Chicago Cubs, Tampa Bay, under 7.5, minus $1.05. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who continues to watch on a daily basis. Thanks for all the notes and the banter on the YouTube channel. I appreciate it all. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Thursday.